Okay, greetings. I don't know if this one works better than the other one. Probably. So I'm using a different setup. Another one I thought lacked a lot of features, or so I can stream to places that nobody watches. So I'm streaming to like DLive or something like that. Of course, the camera angle is different on this one. Another one I can look right at myself. This one I kind of have to look at like an angle. So this one's only going to be around for another couple of days, 10 days or something like that. I still have I don't think we're going to renew this one. Oh, I never know if it works better. Who knows? Probably not though. That one works just as good sometimes. Sometimes it works on Facebook. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, interesting. Oh, maybe it's showing. It's showing who's alive, who's watching, but it doesn't show like where from where. So that could be Rumble. I guess they all work differently. Anyway, not important. So, so CIA Black Ops Energies. I don't know why I put budget in the title, but Black something, Black whatever they are, Alien, whatever it is. Yeah, Priscilla's here. I can't put her on camera. She's nuts right now. She's taking a bath, actually. So, so yeah, it's a CIA. I used to do this in the past. It's been a while. It used to be on my channel, and now that's incognito. And also the tall white frequencies. I'll tap into. I have the channel in tall whites like forever, so they usually don't come to mind. Of course, also is Alpha Centauri that doesn't come to mind either. Very often Andromedans here and there have into them. When you channel these guys in the past, is like he kind of been there and done that. Especially it used to be on the channel, now it's not. So I have to kind of like reinvigorate everything. Oh man, how do you do this? There we go. Here's avatar.com. We have private sessions, maybe. Yeah. Do a scheduler. We have our channel. The shop also added some new things somewhere around here. I think all the images have been updated for the most part. So, okay. Okay, all right, Priscilla's here helping out. I don't know if she'll be on the. Yeah, she's busy. All right, so going to CIA frequencies, tap into them, whatever they have to say. And it could be black budgets, can be just UFO stuff or anything for that matter. It could be Godzilla, as far as I know. It could be higher dimension stuff, whatever it needs to speak. And then we're going to tall white energy. So, okay, all right, blessings for you. Greetings with the consciousness of the CIA. There's one moment. There's actually, reptilian energies, dinosaur frequencies that are not made public for various different reasons, like strange creatures of your past, prehistoric, you can say. It doesn't mean it's reptilian related. Let's put it that way. Kind of like monsters. If I use a better word for it. As for UFO energies, I mean, not even the government here is even able to handle the UFO consciousness. There's so much trickery, backstabbing, negativity between both parties. Neither one of them trust each other. So That's another reason why it has not been made public. Why would you bring that into the light when you can't even get a beat on it? Let the disclosure happen. Let the religions build themselves up, the secret space religions. I mean, humanity has to do what it has to do. But I mean, it's going to come out when the world is ready, no matter what the government does. So it's going to do what it's going to do. Right, the CIA, yeah, or any of these agencies are, yeah, poison. Well, basically, they have, I mean, it's not all bad, but it is mostly not great, as some of you know. It has a lot of nice Templar frequency connected to it. And it's just, a lot of backstabbing on the higher ups. Just because the ego, just because they're trying to manifest power for themselves. Yeah, there's a lot of agents that go rogue. That's very common, actually. They get, when it becomes known that who they are within the government systems, and they start to, especially like Russia recently is going after CIA agents, or trying to turn them on their side. Well, because Russia feels like it's going to, trying to erase them from existence. As you can probably see some of that going on. So there's, it's because Russia itself has a lot of disclosure energies. They have a lot of hackers also. And they are messing with the system, as you can see. I guess there's timeline shifts going on there with the cat and everything. But basically, you're going into a new frequency overall. Well, it's not exactly what you're looking for, but it is a new energy field. Basically, the government can only do so much. You can only control so much. They can only keep only so much. Obviously, the presidential energy. I mean, a lot of that's even out of their hands of how that is being manipulated. I mean, they have some, hand in it, but there is a higher up. There's a, like a, energetically there are agendas there to control society, but there also the society itself wants to be controlled. Good portions of it. Well, it's what they signed up for. Well, you don't see them changing anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? Them releasing a lot of darkness. A lot of society has gotten actually darker. Also, the background clearing out. You can also see like there is a clearing within some of these shadow groups. You can say, not that they're going to be disclosing anything anytime soon, but they do realize they can only do this so long. Eventually, it all comes back to them, and the system breaks down. There's, yes, of course, the black sites or the underground stories and all that. So you're only going to hear stories. They're not going to really get the full picture. They're not going to tell you. They can't even get their own selves together. But it's not really time for actual disclosure. If there is actual, or we could say alien disclosure, it will happen on its own, really. If ever. I mean, the wheels will just start turning. Somebody within somewhere in the government will agree to it and put their neck out there and go through, because it has to be someone also through your government to okay it, meaning to go through all the ups and downs of it to bring into your not necessarily press conference, maybe possibly, but just a lot of just to because humanity, just like anything else, has to agree to it to some level. Like you agree to your own timeline. So, well, that's one way of doing it. Doesn't mean it's going to be a disclosure as you visualize it, but you never know. There's been talks about it. Nobody wants to go through with it. Not really. Well, because it's it's like career suicide, and it's not taken seriously. And those that have knowledge of the UFO energies don't always actually have access to how things are being done. So it gives some understanding of that. So it's just you can tap into it. You probably protect your energies. There is Men in Black frequency connection to it also. They're the ones that pretty much created the CIA. Well, they need to keep things secretive. Of course, the watchers are always being watched themselves, who's watching the Watcher. That's always occurring. Of course, the aliens get involved, but yeah, they steal stuff from. They can more of this stuff's done on servers now, on computers. So now the aliens can just access things so much easier now. They could before, but now it just makes things so much easier. So they can also manipulate timelines to the future. It's like the more data they have, the more they can get an idea of where things are going, and even alternate timelines. Manipulate it doesn't mean they can manipulate all timelines. I mean, they can force, like the 2020, they couldn't really see that one that clearly. They had somebody, I don't think they could see that one that clearly. That one came out like out of nowhere. There might be some beings that picked up on it, but usually that was pretty covert. And that has to do with what's going on with, the planet, the universe, and everything. It was actually a clearing, a major one, as you can see. But as for the black budgets, yeah, there's a lot of the CIA actually are in China, Russia, mostly China. Well, we just say, yeah, they're trying to take it over, basically. But if it's successful is another story. Yeah, put one of their people in, basically. They haven't quite got to that level. They're trying to, though. As you can imagine. Some buses. Greasy with a tall white consciousness. We see ourselves similar to you. We're like the next generation human. Yes, you don't hear much about us. We're still learning from you, but we are, yes, a version of human. You say it came from Andromeda. There's other places, but you say for most part, it came from Andromeda. And yeah, we have our own ups and downs like you do. Yes, we can be kind of vicious here too, because we're going through our own soul growth as you are. But not that we're going to, now we can make ourselves known easily. Not that we will, but we could. All these alien groups all have we don't know what they're all doing. We can only speak for ourselves, kind of way. We can kind of speak about ourselves. Well, the idea also it's like alien groups also assist your group, your governments to keep all this secret for now. It just as you can see, you don't see, you don't have another Roswell anytime soon. Or if you did, it's all, you might have some, we can't stop everything. Some things you have to go through, but for the most part, there's pretty much a blackout. And that's going to continue on just for now. Well, you have like enough to deal with as it is, as a collective. Obviously, some of you are ready for your spaceships and to fly off to other places. You can do that astrally. You can do that to your, because there most likely, if you have a need for it or a desire, most likely there's some kind of version of you doing it currently, or at least had at one time, but most likely you have some kind of connection there. As for your alien ground crew that is here, yes, some of you feel like you're going insane. Well, this world is like everything against your moral standards or just your beings. Like this world's like nothing like you. So that's why you're here too, is to rub off some of your frequency here. Maybe this world will try to improve. Well, it doesn't mean you can still have your vices, but yes, you can also pull their heads out of their ass too. Society is still ignorant. It's just because it wants to be. It could be more open-minded. It doesn't mean it has to agree with you because it's closed. It's so programmed, as you can see. Actually, it comes from like ancient Rome. It comes from that. Greece is very open-minded. Yes, they got taken over time. That's why it becomes more vicious, especially during the Olympic Games. And what you see in history as the Greeks being very, very negative towards each other, hardcore. That was that was when the reptilian manipulations came through. Before that was much different. Of course, you don't see that in history. I think, how could you think? How did they access temples? How they built architecture and all that? Because their frequency was at a higher vibe. Doesn't mean that we're perfect. They still had their scavenger people, but they're like similar to yourselves. It's like those of you that have more of a a higher frequency had more influence. Now you're kind of like in the corner. I'm not sure if you're trying to get attention, but you just had more influence in the past until the manipulators came in. It's like, I don't think so. We already took down Egypt. You're next. So, yeah, Egypt, Greece, it's all basically families of Atlantean energies. I mean, they are their own thing, but there is influence from Atlantis because Atlantis is still healing itself, as you can see. You see pieces of it here in your culture through technologies, AI, mostly through your cults, even the Lemurian energies. Lemurian beings, we say they know the technology within themselves or how to work their bodies, how to. Yeah, those people here that know their bodies pretty decently are usually Lemurian beings, and they can live a pretty healthy life. Of course, they can get a lot of anxiety. Sometimes they get arrogance, depending. Well, if they have a lot of bad life experiences, they can be hell on earth. Nothing's more vicious than obviously a feminine frequency because they're connected to the earth and mother. You imagine Mother Earth's fury. I think some of you have some idea of that. Yeah, it's a lot worse than you might realize. Yeah, she's not all kisses and I think again, not in a world like this. No, she gets disappointed. Well, she's going through it too. So you're going through her darkness also. Feels like her darkness continues to accelerate as just because all the galactic situations that are going on here. Like she feels like she's gonna burst sometimes herself, but the Earth will still survive. Yeah, the Mother can go completely insane. The Earth will be fine. Well, there's enough. You have enough assistance here to keep the world going, as you can imagine. There's something we're going to go into, but it's not coming to mind. There's something else. But overall, I mean, a lot of people here are healing their ego. They have their way of what. Yes, there is the energetic way, how the universe operates on a higher conscious level, and of course, those that are human are going through the human mind, human sabotage. It's kind of like the beauty of it too. It's like you have a nice car, and the car just wants to go dent itself up as soon as you get it. It's like it's out of control. If you look at your avatar vehicle, it can do a lot of stuff, and sometimes you have to go through depression, to flush out your own soul energy. The body is there to actually flush yourself out, to cleanse, as you can see. It's a slow process sometimes, depends on what's going on. But when your soul connects to a body like this, it's like an emotional, the saying some. Some of you can ground it, others can't. So they're walking around like they're like weaponized people. Some people, they get burned or they feel like you're going to get them, then they energy attack you. Yeah, so bodies are weaponized. You can feel it. So they're not always intentionally doing it. Well, think about that. It's like, this is people that have themselves turned off right now, and they're zapping people currently. Imagine if you're conscious of what you're doing, there probably won't be a human race here right now, as you can imagine. Yeah, and who cares about the nuclear bombs? Just the human frequency is enough to wipe things out, as you can imagine. Cause depression. You already see that with mind control. So you don't really need a nuclear bomb. A person can be a nuclear bomb, as you can see.